Greetings, friends, from seriously cold Pennsylvania. We just got dumped on, in my area, the one website I went to said 13.4 inches. Most of them said between 11 and 12, but still a lot of snow. So now that it's stopped, my driveway is clear and the roads are clear, I decided I would do something to follow up from my last video about my 10 favorite things that I purchased this past year, and follow it up with the numerous items I bought that I do regret and I do not use. As you can see, I dressed up for the occasion and I brushed my hair. No, I didn't. Now, I'm not going to go through every single item in every bin because that would just take an hour or longer to go through and explain why I have it. So what I'm going to do right now is go through and pull out the things that I probably will never use, and I don't even know why I'm keeping them. So I've taken most of it out of the bins. There's 2 empty ones, 1 empty one there. The one I didn't completely empty is my car maintenance items. I really have stuff in there that does need to go, including the ashtray. I used to have that in my car when I smoked. I haven't gone through this bin in a long time, but most of this stuff is going to go back out into the car because it is car maintenance related. But what we're focused here on today is all of this other stuff that I put into bins because basically I didn't know where else to put it, and all of it is related to hiking, camping, and backpacking. The way I had them situated in my car was that I had one bin for stuff that was all related to tents and tarps and ground tarps and stakes and all that stuff. And anytime I would go on a car camp, I would also throw my sleeping quilt in there and any other items that I wanted to sleep with. I had another bin that I put in all of the winter clothing and other items related to what I wore and what I could need in the future. And the other bin was sort of a catch-all. It would keep stuff that I wasn't using at the moment but I had bought, but also admittedly a lot of stuff that I bought and regretted buying and felt was a waste of money. When we get in here to these shelves, there's not a whole lot that I'm ready to get rid of or store. Most of this stuff I do use, but I do have a few Ziploc bags that have things in it that I don't use, and there's some clothes down in that bin that I really don't use, so we'll get to that in a little bit, but let's get started out in the other room. Okay, first let's talk about these crampons. I have a pair of micro spikes. These are the micro spikes, and they do wonderful in the snow and mostly on some ice, not like a full sheet of ice. I bought the crampons because I thought after one of the hikes I took, I could use them on trails that there was ice on. But as you can see, they are quite aggressive. They have very, very long spikes. And if you look on the other side, a very complicated way of putting them on your shoes. You adjust them to fit over top of your boots and stuff. And that would be great if I was going to be doing a lot of hiking on sheets of ice or climbing up mountains with ice on them. But the thing is, you can't just wear them around your house and on your floors and out on sidewalks and stuff like that. So basically, you'd have to sit down somewhere before you went on the trail and before you got to the ice and put them on, and then take them off again when you got back to the car. But usually that entails walking on some ground, at least around here, like pavement or concrete or something like that. They're functional if you're going to be doing a lot of climbing on ice or walking on sheets of ice, but for most purposes, people can get away with micro spikes. There's a variety of micro spikes out there. These have tiny little spikes. You can see the difference. You know, these spikes versus those spikes. I just don't really need them. I will keep them probably, but in storage, I don't really use them. And maybe I will be able to pass them along to someone in the future who has a use for these. Okay, these are tent key locks. These are the things that attach to your tent poles when you're setting up a freestanding tent. Unfortunately, and I had 10 of them, I don't know what happened to the rest of them. These would not fit inside of my freestanding tent poles. They were too large, they wouldn't push inside, so I really don't need them. I can't use them. I still have them around. At some point, I will probably get rid of them. Okay, these are MRE flameless heater packs. I got a pack of 12, thinking that if I had these, I wouldn't need to bring a stove. However, the weight of these and for the amount of use you get out of them doesn't make sense. You have to still carry water to put in them, and then you have to carry the trash out afterwards. And they can be very dangerous to use. I tried to use several just as an experiment in the house, and they got so hot you couldn't even touch them. And I don't really want that kind of risk out on trail. I'm sure they're useful for some people, but just not for me. Next up is this big bag full of water bladders. I had gotten them with 2 of the hiking vests that I ordered. I tried to use them, and the big one broke at the seam, and 2 of the small ones started leaking. I don't say that it is not a good idea to have water bladders, but I do suggest using a well-known quality brand like Canuck or Ceanock, which I intend to get this year. This pile of very heavy, very long tent stakes. When I ordered them, I thought they were maybe half this size, and they weren't as heavy. But these, I mean, I'll probably keep 1 or 2 of them just in case I need some extra protection if it's windy out and my tent won't stay in place. But I honestly do not need a huge pile. There's an extra item in here too. This is to pull these babies out, so maybe keep that as well. But I definitely don't need all of these. Kind of a waste of money. This is a neck knife. I got it when I was starting out because I wanted to feel safe in the woods. However, this particular neck knife, hanging around your neck, it's hanging where the knife can slip out at the bottom. Sorry. And it did several times. So I tried to rig it up so it would hold it the other way, and it just kept unraveling. I tried using the belt attachment, and it just wasn't fitting on well with anything I owned. It did come with a little flint, however, and I've kept that. I keep that in my backpack along with a stone, and you know, that's fine. I'm kind of hesitant to get rid of this knife because I really like it. If I can find a case that it can go in and I can wear it safely or carry it safely, I probably could use it. But in the interim, I've already bought a very lightweight pocket knife that works really well, and I have yet to even use that one, so probably this was a waste of money. This here is an entire roll of reflective, whatever you want to call a reflective mat. I had bought it because I was watching someone make a pot cozy on YouTube, and I didn't have enough around the house to actually make the pot cozy, so I ordered just the entire thing. And you know, maybe someday it'll be useful for something. I did try using it as a bottom layer on my early winter camp. It didn't seem to make that much difference. But needless to say, I have this whole roll of this stuff that really, I probably could have bought a much smaller size and been done with it. Okay, these two items were given to me as a gift, so I didn't spend any money on them. I'm sure they could be useful in some scenario, but that was given to me, they were given to me 3 or 4 years ago, and as of yet, I have not even opened up the clasps to get them out. They're in my car. Who knows if I'll ever use them, but I probably won't use them on the trail. These are 2 pillows I bought secondhand, I think from Garage Gear or something like that. This one inflates, and you can also use it and insert it inside of this. There's a little bit of cushioning in there. This is Sea to Summit. This is a Sea to Summit Aerotech, and it inflates. I have used that one once or twice, only because I needed an extra pillow between my knees because I'm a side sleeper. But honestly, this one, no matter how I do it, with or without, blowing it up less, in there, outside of there, it isn't comfortable, and so I just have them as extras lying around. The Nemo pump sack. I have several of these that came with various sleeping pads that I own, and I really don't think I'm ever going to use them again. They're just they take so much time and energy to blow up a sleeping pad. Some people really like them, but for me, it's just an extra piece of stuff I don't need in my backpack. Okay, this thing here is a sleep sack. I got it because I watched a lot of videos where people put them inside of their sleeping bags or whatever to, give them a softer, more comfortable feel, and also to keep their bags from getting dirty, like on through hikes and things like that. My thought was, hey, I can also use them in the summertime, when I don't need to have a heavy sleep quilt. So all good ideas. However, the problem is that I don't like feeling restricted like that. And this does slide around on your sleep pad. The pillow thing up there isn't big enough to accommodate a regular pillow. Just lots of different reasons. It's just kind of an extra thing that I really didn't need, but I thought would work. This is a Thermarest Neo Air X Lite. I got this because I watched way too many videos of other YouTubers using it, and I thought it would be the best one. It seemed quite expensive, but at the time, I didn't know how expensive things were going to get. But it is a mummy shape. I do not do well on mummy shapes. I tend to feel like I'm falling off of them. And also, this one is very, very noisy, and it interrupts my sleep. I'm going to hold on to it in case someone else out there really likes this style and wants it. And I'll probably do that with a lot of stuff that I don't need, rather than just throwing it away, trying to give it to someone, who might need it or want it. So I went on an electronics spree at one point, and I do still use some of these items. I obviously use my air pump. I'd have 2 of these. One I got free with the purchase of my backpack, and one I bought. And I have an adapter that goes from my computer to my phone, which I just recently bought. But a lot of the stuff here, and I have a whole nother bag, trust me, this isn't all that I have. I need to go through and get rid of a lot of the various cords and plugs and batteries and some of the paperwork that came along with it. There's things that I just definitely do not need, and I should probably purge. Probably the most useless thing I bought was this phone cover for when it rains. I got 2 of them in a pack. It wasn't a lot. They weren't very expensive. And you slide your phone inside of here, and then you can lock it. Yes, you can use your phone sort of in the rain or outside, to push buttons and stuff. The problem is the buttons that turn off and on my camera are on the side. There's no room for me to be able to hit those buttons on the side. So if I can't turn on my phone or off my phone or whatever while it's in the bag, it's very useless. I can't use it. It would keep my phone dry if I wouldn't have to be taking it in and out to push that button. So this is 50 to 100 yards of paracord. I bought this on a whim after rewatching all of the seasons of Alone and thought, oh, that's going to be really useful. And it can be useful. I was going to use it for maybe replacement guy outlines to hang my pack up in the tree, etc. There are a lot of uses for paracord, but I probably shouldn't have bought so much of it. I could have went with a lot smaller amount and saved myself some money. What I'm going to do now is go back through and reorganize all of the bins in my car and the stuff on my shelves, and I'm going to find a storage space for some of the stuff that I showed you. And if anybody needs anything, and if you're willing to pay for, mailing it to you, I'm happy to do that. Or maybe I'll just see you out on a trail or at a meetup, and you can say, hey, I saw that and I really liked it, and we can make some kind of an arrangement for me to get it to you. Until then, hopefully I have less gear to tote around that is useless. And it does teach you a lesson to make sure you do research before you buy stuff. Think about how it's going to be used and how often you're going to use it, and then make your purchases accordingly. But for the most part, I wanted to put this out there because there are things that we purchase sometimes that just don't do the job. They're not what we think, or we just find out that we don't use them as we go along. So, it's helpful to keep that in mind when you're spending money on gear, equipment, etc. Because you could probably save a lot of money by maybe borrowing something from someone to see if you like it, or going to a second-hand site that sells people stuff on a commission, or maybe just getting something that can easily be returned if you don't like it. So it is what it is. We all make mistakes, but I hope you all are having a nice time out there in this winter weather. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will see you on the trail. Namaste.